Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make fresh pasta. The first thing we're going to do is measure out 2 cups of flour. It's okay for this recipe to be a little bit inaccurate with the flour, as you can add water as you go to help with it being dry. Once you have your flour on the cutting board, you're going to want to make it into a little bowl almost of flour so that you can put your wet ingredients inside. First is going to be 1 egg, and then after the egg, you're going to add some olive oil. These ingredients are going to be whisked into the flour with a fork. As you whisk, you're going to want to try and slowly incorporate flour to create a slurry with the egg mixture. Once it has been well combined, you can add the rest of the flour and start kneading into a dough. Like I said earlier, don't be afraid to add water to help with dryness, as you can just add more flour. You're going to want to knead the dough until it is homogeneous and smooth for the most part. You're going to want to give it a little bit of kneading before letting it rest. Once you're ready to let it rest, you're going to want to make it into a circular shape and then wrap it with plastic wrap. While you let your dough rest, you're going to want to start boiling your water. You're going to add 4 cups of water to a pot and start to bring that to a boil, and add salt liberally. Once you've let your dough rest, you can remove it from the plastic wrap, but don't throw away the plastic wrap, as you will be using that to cover the dough that you're not actively using. Once it's out of the plastic wrap, you can beat it down a little bit and separate it into separate pieces so that you can work on smaller chunks of pasta. Once you have your dough separated, you're going to want to flour your board and your rolling pin, and then start to work the dough into a flat rectangle. Once you have your desired shape and thinness, you can start to cut the pasta into the different shapes that you want. I went for just a more basic linguine shape. Once you have your pasta cut, you're going to want to pick it all up, dust it with a little bit of flour, and find a spot for it to dry. You're going to want your spot to have plenty of air exposure and have the entirety of the pasta's surface open to the air. I ended up using my flour container because it's nice and tall and holds the pasta well. Once your pasta is dry and your water is boiling, you're going to want to carefully remove the lid of your pot and add the pasta to the water. Boiling your pasta will probably take about 8 to 10 minutes, as you are going to want to leave it quite al dente for when we cook it later. Now that your pasta has been boiled, you can remove it from the water and add it to a pan, where you will have melted a half tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of olive oil. Once all of your pasta is in your pan, you're going to want to add some of the boiling water to the pan to help create a sauce. Once you have your boiling water in the pan, you're going to want to stir to incorporate the water into the oil and butter. Once you've created your sauce, you're going to crack some fresh pepper into the pan. Once again, you are going to stir the pepper into the sauce. Once you've stirred in the pepper, you're going to add some Pecorino Romano cheese to the sauce. This will help thicken and add more flavor. And that's how you make fresh pasta.